Hey, what's up guys and welcome back to Anime King 2 and I'm back with part 12 of What If Naruto Was Born of Madara's Bloodline. Remember to get this one to 100 likes as usual, share this to all of your friends on your social media platform, and also guys, I post a brand new series over on Anime King 3, What If Naruto Was Created by Kaguya to replace her sons. So go ahead and check out that. And yes, I indeed have a couple more channels: Anime King, Anime King 2, Anime King 3, Anime Symbol, Anime Prince. If you want your written or text what ifs, you can go ahead and simply comment on any of the latest videos and check out the other channels. So yeah, without further ado or wasting any more time, let us begin this brand new episode. Begin now guys. So, to do a bit of a recap for the last part that we left off, we started out with a flashback where we learned Naruto's reaction on learning about his father's demise many years ago. Naruto was stunned. He didn't believe it, confused as he was. We then skipped to the present time where we saw the hood was finally removed. The masked intruder, the hooded figure that has been aiding Naruto the entire time, finally revealed himself. It was Izumo Uchiha, father of Naruto Uchiha. Naruto was shocked and confused. Their conversation went like you would expect. Two people trying to play the same board, trying to control it, trying to lead it. Both of them trying to outdo the other. Izumo left, as Naruto was unable to stop him within that moment, due to his weird abilities. Naruto confided in Tsunade, as he sent word for Mito to return. She had become the liaison between the Sand and Konoha, working on the behalf of Naruto and, well, his main proxy. Her friendship with Gaara was also something that was secured, well put together. Izumo watched her return, wanting to attack, but he saw the pendant. He was smart to know that Naruto was always prepared. As Naruto also learned that his mother wasn't Kushina but another Uzumaki, Izumo refusing to give him much information on that. So yes, him and Mito was indeed related because said Uzumaki was Kushina family. Thus they were related. She was glad to hear that, but hearing that his father was the enemy wasn't something that she was glad to hear about. We then get to see the Akatsuki moving as Deidara and Sasori descended upon the sand. What they weren't expecting though, as Izumo was there watching, was for Itachi and Shisui to come out of the foliage, attacking Izumo right away. His hood was up. They did not discuss who he was, they just simply was here to take him down. However, that is when things start to get crazy, as Naruto arriving to take Izumo out right there and then when suddenly, Naruto stopped himself as he saw something strange. Izumo turning to Temari. Naruto looked up as Gaara was gone. He was looking at him one moment as Naruto take down the bird off Deidara, but there was no one there except for a bomb that exploded. Naruto raced towards the edge of the village, but by the time he arrived, Izumo was finished, having absorbed the one tails out of Gaara enough. He did not kill Gaara, another purpose in mind, but he took enough power to leave Gaara weakened and broken. Sasori tried to fight Naruto, but the match was over in a matter of seconds, showing the kind of monster Naruto was when it came to strength and power as he put Sasori down. Naruto tried to take Izumo down, but that was a different challenge all upon itself. Izumo ended up fleeing after revealing that he wasn't even here as Naruto blade went through him. For the first time, Naruto wasn't in charge, as Izumo had played him, and Naruto was losing it in rage. We then get to see at the Land of Rain, where the so-called God of the Land of Rain, the man that was responsible for taking down Hanzo, was now nothing more than a puppet. There was also a very special crystal, with someone sealed inside of it. Izumo had some very different plans. As his eyes, they were not the Sharingan, but they were something else. Something spectacular. So yeah guys, basically as we left off, you guys can switch across and please check out for yourselves as we begin this new episode. The doctors ran their tests. They were able to save the life of Gaara. However, around 90% of the One Tails power had been removed from him. The last 10% leaving him alive. The reason, no one knew. How was it possible to simply absorb so much of the One Tail so quickly? That should be impossible, but yet, it happened. As they did their final checks, Itachi was there, along with Shisui. Temari had woken up, having no recollection of memory of anything. The last thing she remembered was moving throughout the village as Gaara took on the member that flew on the bird. The test was done, as everyone was about to go and everything came to a pause. The hallway became so dark. It was like death itself was waiting for them. Itachi, Shisui, all of them. The doctors and nurses all collapsed. As they turned down the hallway, a sensation unlike any other. Fear. Absolute fear. Itachi started to sweat. Shisui's hands started to tremble. As they realized what was causing this, Naruto was sitting there, waiting on the report. His head was down, his eyes moving frantically like he was searching for something, but he was simply searching his own thoughts, his memories. Itachi had to be the one to face and call out, trying to awaken him. And they got through. They felt like they could breathe again, like they weren't about to die immediately. The sensation that Naruto was giving off. Naruto rarely expressed rage. You would never see his face twist in anger, but you would feel it. And the amount of rage that they felt was enough to knock the nurses out, was enough to make them feel like they were going to die. Temari struggled to stand in his presence, even with him having calmed down, as he apologized. His face never changed. His expression, his emotion, never even flinched once. Gaara was alive. They had the chance to take 100%, but no. They left back just enough to keep him alive, for a reason. As Naruto knew what it was, he was mocking him. His own father was mocking him. Others could not see the pattern, but Naruto could see it, because it was the first time that Naruto was never in charge. He always has plans, he always has a move, but he was bested mentally. First in his life, someone bested him mentally. His own father trained him for this mental manipulation before even teaching him how to handle the blade. His father teach him how to handle the mind. And the one that taught him everything came back and bested him so easily. That is where Naruto rage stemmed from. As Naruto told him that the sand will not be attacked anymore, Gaara was safe. The village was safe. They've achieved what they wanted. His father has humiliated him, just like when he was younger, telling him that he wasn't ready, something that Naruto hated to hear. He wasn't ready for this because he wasn't mentally strong enough. And in front of his face, his father toyed with him. How? The worst part is Naruto did not know. And that stemmed from this rage inside of him. Time skip. He would not break the table. He would not destroy anything. However, Snevy could feel it. She's known him for some time now. The moment they returned, she could feel it. She could feel the rage coming from him despite everything about him seemed so calm. She could feel it and even see it in his eyes. When he told her the truth, he was bested. But it wasn't just that. It was the first time that she saw Naruto actually worrying about something. Usually he was always calm, always prepared. Usually he always had things under control, but his father provided a very dangerous precedent. One that he could not understand at the moment. He had to move immediately. I need to send word, he said, to every nation. Meanwhile that was going on, they were all gathered. The members of the Akatsuki, Deidara, the surviving member from the San, Kakazu, Hidan, Kisame, a kunoichi known as Reina, and Konan. Reina and Konan were partners, working together. Reina hailed from Kumo, her past mysterious, her past horrible. She was a very special individual. The power that she hailed came from a overstimulation in her system. She was extremely dangerous. Her purpose within the organization was a mystery. While most people seek things, she seemed to just be calm. Right now, Deidara was without a partner. For the time being, Toby would be joining him. Deidara wasn't too pleased by that, but as a leader, their god spoke to them. The eyes, the Rinnegan, the man known as Pain, that oversee them all. His words were cryptic, yet to those that couldn't understand them, they were normal. But you had those that had this inkling of understanding. Sorcery was gone. His network was gone, but that did not matter. It was time that they closed in. It was time the Akatsuki finally started to truly move. And move they will because they have everything at their disposal. Once the meeting came to an end, we skipped to the land of rain, where Nagato, proud, powerful, bestowed with eyes from the gods, sat in a chair, but Nagato was not moving as he should. This man has been through a lot. This man has brought his country peace in a very brutal way. But look at him now. Once calling himself a god, now reduced to a mere puppet, under control. And the one controlling him is Umo. As he stood within the shadows, why let them go? You said it yourself. The masked man emerged, but this time he wasn't wearing a mask. Face fully revealed. As he stood there proudly, Obito Uchiha, the man claiming to be Madara Uchiha in the beginning, until everything changed. You said that one of them is betraying us, feeding information back to Naruto. So why? Why let them all go? Everything serves a purpose. Besides, I already have my idea of who is giving Naruto information. And it does not matter because whatever he does, we shall prevail. Isn't that right, he said, smiling down towards Nagato, who was unresponsive as he chuckled to himself. Obito did not seem pleased at all. Back at Konoha, what? You can't just sideline me, Mito shouted at Naruto. I can fight too. Isn't that the reason why you put us through so much hell? You don't understand. What don't I understand? I'm a part of Team Hokage. I want to fight as well. I want to protect my home, she said. It's safer for you here, said Naruto. I can protect myself. That's why I've been training. No, you can't! He raised his voice. Even Mito was taken aback, not expecting that in the slightest. Just the two of them. He's never raised his voice like this before at her. But that is when she saw it. You're afraid. Naruto was looking dead on at her, and she saw it. She's never seen fear in his eyes, ever before, and this was the first time. Yes, I am, Naruto declared. My father, he's something else. Something I can't predict or control at the moment. He's taunting me. He left Gaara alive, just because, to show me that he can take whatever I created, whatever I built, whenever he please. And I believe when it comes to you, he's gonna kill you. Why? She said. Because he wants to use that as a catalyst. To give me the opportunity to work for him. To bring you back in some way. I know his game, but I simply cannot figure out his tricks. And I can't have that. I need you to stay here. You're safe here, said Naruto. This place was specially designed. Powerful seals. To keep her protected, to keep her safe. It's not like you're gonna be alone. Just until everything is sorted out. Okay, said Mito. As she nodded, agreeing with him. She's never seen him afraid before, so she understood why. She knew there was a reason. Knowing that her life was in more danger than she ever thought, if he was afraid. Meanwhile, letters were sent all over. To recall their Jinchurikis. The threat was rising. The stone, Oniki. He could see it within the letter. A threat that even the Hokage was worried about. Han and Roshi were given the word to return. They had their location to keep their Jinchurikis safe. Meanwhile at Kumo, Darui sent word to Killer B and Iujito to bring them home, to keep them safe. However, this was no time for slow walking as Naruto arrived towards Kiri, meeting Mei Terumi. As she gave him what was left, the surface where the three tails lie, it was now empty. The six-tailed Utakata was taken out of his very home, under their nose. The ones that were spotted was a man on a bird, followed by another with an orange mask. How they got in the village, directly getting in. But it was a message that was left behind. Still one step behind, written on the wall. Mei could see it. She and Naruto has been in a relationship for the past couple of years now. They've gotten closer. Very much so. She could tell that something was wrong when he told her that the one behind all of this catastrophe was his own father. She was concerned. They often talk about past, present, and future. And he talked about the kind of man his father was and the mindset that his father possessed. What are we gonna do? It was the first time that she saw Naruto looking a bit concerned. But this was a time that he could lean on her for support. But even when he was down, there was no giving up in those eyes. He would travel to the other lands. But first, there was one Jinchuriki that would be taken if not done something quickly. Naruto had to say goodbye for now. Word was immediately sent to the land of waterfalls. Shibuki was a friend. Naruto had aided him to reach his full potential and become the leader that he knew that he was going to be. Fu was brought in immediately. And he was right. They arrived out of shadows, emerging like they'd been there the entire time. That was weird, Hidan said. At their teleportation, they saw the people start to gather. Hidan chuckled as he swung his sight. Who do we cut down first? There is no point for that. Arriving on the scene was none other than Izumo, showing himself to them. Who the hell are you? Hidan said. Kakazu, not looking so confused, but he remained silent. Well, you wouldn't know, but I'm a part of your organization. Just say that I'm a friend. Isn't that right, Kakazu? You expect us to believe a word that is coming out of your mouth. Kakazu spoke in his harsh tone. Well, let's just wait a couple of... faster than I thought. He turned as Naruto was standing there. Huh? What the hell is the Hokage doing here? Hidan said. How did he know? Yes. How did he know, Kakazu? You come here, expecting us to believe that you're a part of our organization, and run your mouth like this. Well, I'm not just a part of the organization. I'm a very big part. Tell me, how long have you been on his payroll? I have no idea what you're talking about. Come on, Naruto. Tell him who I am, and why there is no need for this. It's over, said Naruto. There's no need to lie, Kakazu. He's not questioning you. He's merely stating a fact. And he's gonna try and kill you anyways. Well, if that is the case, Kakazu's body hardened as he proceeded to crush Hidan's throat with a punch, blowing him through walls, sending him sailing away. You have no idea how long I wanted to shut his mouth. And there is more fun to have. Being immortal might be the best way to torture him. Well, I suppose you're right on that one, Kakazu. He is annoying, Izumo said. Then again, you are a traitor to my organization, so I'll have to... Izumo jumped away. Naruto blade arced through the sky. Izumo dodged every strike. He spun and lashed out with a kick as Naruto blocked it. Naruto flipped him and lashed out with his own kick. Force met in mid-air, forcing the both of them back. They sped at each other blow after blow. Izumo smiled under his hood. You've gotten better, he said, swinging Naruto around as he released him. But Naruto grabbed his arm. The ground cracked as they landed upon it. They jumped away and went through hand signs, mimicking each other fire style. Majestic Destroyer Flame. The attack was so squelching. However, Kakazu saw the opening and proceeded to summon two of his masks from his shoulder. Lightning and wind twisting together in a dangerous collaboration. That is when Naruto saw it once again. That itch. That twitch. No, don't! Kakazu screamed out. Somehow the lightning and wind ripped through him. As Izumo, fire intensified and swallowed Naruto's. Because of the hesitation, Naruto jumped away. The trees of the village were set ablaze. Naruto stood as he watched Kakazu collapse on the ground. So tell me, when did you get him under your control? Was it from the beginning? Or did you seek him out when he was a part of my organization? Always a move ahead, my son, but I was the one that teach you. I was the one that began to twist that mind of yours for you to understand what this world is. Just a chessboard. I was the one that showed you how to move it. Do you really believe that you can outplay me? Naruto looked at him, trying to figure out what I'm up to. How I do what I do. Your eyes are good, but we're not the same. Then again, you do have my former eyes. So I guess we're a bit connected in that way. What am I saying? You are my son. What's wrong? Why aren't you upbeat, confident anymore? Please do not disappoint me, being afraid of your own father. Act as you did, mighty and high, that Uchiha pride. That is where my proud part as a father comes out. When you slay your foes and stand triumphantly. When you defeat your enemies without even throwing a single punch. Just your words. Come on, my son. Show me the depths of your mind. Not to be outdone, threads exploded as they surrounded Izumo, with the sole intention to crush him, and they seemingly had him. However, Izumo was standing beside Naruto, resting a hand on his shoulder. That naive fool, he said. Boom! An explosion that shook the very foundation of the land of waterfalls. Kakazu's body was blown to pieces. A seismic blast that seemed to affect the very space itself. No way was it natural. The force blowing Naruto here back, but yet he did not move. As Izumo stood beside him, resting his hand on Naruto's shoulder, but just like before, Naruto could feel it, he couldn't touch him. Naruto closed his eyes, and he sensed nothing beside him. Are you even alive? Naruto said. Of course I'm alive. How would I be here? By the way, I'm done with her. Izumo said, placing the body of Fu on the ground. As the ninjas from the waterfall started to race towards the area, Fu was lifeless. The Seven Tails was gone. Do yourself a favor. Spend time with the Nine Tails Jinchuriki. Show her that she matters. Make sure that you say your final goodbyes. He said, standing beside Naruto. You're smart, but I've been plotting for years now. I've covered all my bases. There's nothing that you can do. Besides, in the end, you will be happy. Sacrifices must be made, but results bring happiness. Results bring greatness. Trust me, my son. I shall deliver you a world of nothing but simplicity, where you are no longer bound by the marks of trepidation and worry, rage, anguish. And that is my promise to you. As much as you see me as your enemy now, I am still your father, and I only wish you well. Izumo said, vanishing away. Naruto looked down as he saw the ground break open as Kakazu emerged. When the explosion happened, Kakazu shielded one of his heart. He deformed his body into threads, using the threads to cover his skin. He dug himself underground, keeping only one. Kakazu rose up in front of Naruto, battered but alive. I think he bought it. It seems our mission has come to an end. Yes, it has, said Naruto. When you first came to me, offering me a deal greater than what the Akatsuki had to offer, I didn't expect such a threat. And now, my life is on the line. He no longer finds himself caring about your existence. Besides, he believed that you're dead. Naruto said, gazing forward. So that is it. I should simply run away. What happened when he wins? And I'm saying that because you seem to be on the outs. You, the man that I feared. And I was one that raised against the first Hokage himself. And now yet here you are, the Hokage of your village, seeming hopeless, fearful. Then again, I can't even tell. That expression of yours not changing in the slightest. Or is it perhaps rage? Or have you found the solution to best in him? Go, said Naruto. They're coming. Tch. For now, I'll simply hide, away from the problem that you put me in. Now I'm beginning to wonder if the money was worth it. Tch. Who am I kidding? The only thing in this world that matters is money. Kakazu said, fleeing in the dark. As Naruto stood there, the Akatsuki didn't make another move. Hours went by. Days. As Naruto went to the last two nations, Gaara had awoken. They needed to talk, all of them. And they will bring their Jinchurikis. He can sense them. Yes, he can sense where they are. There's no hiding this. Oniki saw Naruto as a proud leader. A man that feared nothing and no one, and yet, while he could not read Naruto's expression, he could tell that this was a threat that even concerned him. Oniki's been alive for a long time. And he's done that by not being stupid and not being an idiot. He knows that this was much more dangerous than the Hokage was leading everyone to believe. That is why they must come together. Naruto had faith. He had faith in the place that was created for Mito. That no one would be able to find her. Yes, absolutely no one. This has been tested numerous times. It doesn't matter what his father had at his disposal, everything was connected to chakra. Everything. And there was no way chakra could get through that place. Absolutely none. Special protection. Use whatever was at their disposal. As each member gathered towards one location, the land of iron, Mei Terumi Gaara, they all arrived on schedule. There was no time to waste. Hokage don't know if you will begin. Mifune said as Naruto began. My father is alive. Under normal circumstances, I would not tell any of you this. It is a threat that I would handle myself. What? Oniki said. He knew of Naruto's father, but the man was a mystery to most. His death was spoken about some time ago. Yes, but his death was just an illusion. My father is not a normal shinobi. If he was one before, he's no longer. What exactly is going on? Darui said, when my father was so-called dead, his eyes were brought back to me. Now, he's empowered himself in some other way. Naruto turned towards me. They have been able to get within my village. They allow themselves to be seen because they want to be seen. It isn't only that. They can track Jinchurikis. Each Jinchuriki that was there was looking very cautious. Then what of the 9 tails? Aren't they going to track that Jinchuriki as well? I have created a special place to ensure that the 9-tailed Jinchuriki will be safe. That is where I would like to bring the others here. Cautious and fear could be seen in the eyes of the other leaders. Despite everything that has happened, despite all that we have accomplished, I know that you are still concerned about the actions that have been taken and the actions that I've been calling here now. But this is a threat. Naruto was cut off as the word threat was not said by him. My oh my. I know that you were concerned. A bold move bringing them here. Then again, if they were left behind, they would have been taken. You know, he's right, people. The only Jinjuliki that I cannot find is the Nine Tails. My son there is rather special. He's been able to keep her away from me. I must say he should be applauded. But as for the rest of them, even as you so-called hide them away, I knew where they were. I would have come for them sooner, but I was preoccupied. You should have taken his option and simply run with it. Then again, I wouldn't allow it. So it is really you, faking your death and now trying to take this world. Is that it? But without a home or a clan, what is your purpose? Oniki said. We've never met. You don't know my ideals, but you are right. I am without a home or a clan. But I don't plot to take the world. Just some of it, well, most of it. Izumo said, his hood still up. Why hide your identity? Why conceal your face from us if we already know who you are? Isn't that the question? My son really has a good taste. My, you are stunning, Izumo said. I must say, this is a very proud father moment. But that is not the topic right now. The Jinjulikis are mine. And there is nothing that any of you here can do to stop me at the moment. You expect us to bow down and allow you to have the power that you please, Mifune said. Oh, it's not a question. Izumo said to him, I'll simply take it. Gara-san lashed out and swallowed Izumo. However, the next moment he simply walked through it. What don't you people understand? You're outmatched. Think of yourself as little flies, and what you are facing is a whirlwind, enough to rip the skies apart. Now, before we get on with it, none of you are rash enough to Oniki trap Izumo while he was speaking. Let us see you escape this, he said, as he activated the particle style, ready to reduce him to dust. But even as the technique went off, Izumo stood there unaffected. What is this? Mei said. It's like he's not even... She closed her eyes. Nothing. But when she opened them, she could see him. But she could see him moving the ground. The pebbles. How was he interacting with the world at the same time? He couldn't be touched. Was he sending his body somewhere else? Was he traveling through dimensions? She questioned herself. As crazy as all of that sound, with the eyes of the Uchihas, their powers were always unpredictable, scary, terrifying. She also noticed Naruto watching his father, not making a single move as his guard stood there. His eyes were focused fiercely on him, watching every single step. His Mangekyo Sharingan peering into him, like he was trying to unravel him here. Izumo looked at Oniki, who was shocked. Now are you satisfied? Izumo questioned. The Jinjulikis start to realize how truly dangerous this was. But none of them were going down without a fight. My plan is very simple, but complicated at the same time, Izumo said. But it all began with a new change. And I need the Jinjulikis for that. He said, looking at them all. They all start to siphon their beast's power until they drop to the ground screaming. Chakra veins pulsating through their skull. Weapons were raised. Attacks were thrown at Izumo, but he walked through them, laughing as he did. What is this? Ahan said. Roshi screamed. Yujito collapsed on the ground, trembling. Something was wrong. They tried to communicate with their tail beasts, but they could not. Izumo stood there in the center of it all, every attack failing. That is when they saw it. The Jinjulikis. Their power was being drawn out. They were losing their tail beast without even a touch. Izumo smiled, watching, looking towards his son. The process was being done fast. 10%, 20%, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Boom! Izumo was sent through the wall. A kick that smashed him through the wall, bouncing across the snow, hard. Everyone was shocked as Naruto stood there. Naruto gazed down towards his feet. His feet went through the ground, but he pulled it back up as he stepped on the ground like it was not there. How did you? Mei said, looking towards him. Izumo stepped back through the hole. You could hear it in his voice. You strike me. He threw his head back as he started to laugh. Laugh into the heavens. I'm so proud, he said. Even when it is supposed to be impossible. You did it. You bam! Naruto fist buried in his gut. Blood flew from under the hood. Naruto grabbed the top and slammed his knee in his face. Izumo staggered. Naruto gripped his throat and raised him off the ground. Naruto brought him down and the entire flooring exploded. The amount of force behind his drop. No hesitation, no waiting. Electricity burned across his hand. But this was no normal lightning. It twists with flames inside of it, merging into a technique. Everyone had to jump away. They felt like they were being scorched and electrocuted at the same time. Izumo's eyes snapped open as he flashed away, moving away from Naruto. The surge around Naruto's hand dying down. Izumo coughed as blood splashed on the ground. But the next moment it wasn't there, right for the kill. I should say I'm disappointed. But as your father, I'm proud, he said. But then again, as your father, I should be disappointed at you trying to kill me. It seems you're not fully aware yourself, but you're seeing it. The patterns more and more. I should be worried, but I should be proud of all that you've accomplished, he said, chuckling to himself. He reached upwards and brought the hood down. For the first time, he gazed into Naruto's eyes truly. And Naruto saw not his normal eyes, but what he's been hiding. His back was turned to the others. Izumo then vanished away. He was gone, leaving Naruto there as Mei moved towards him. How? How did you touch him? He's right. We're connected in more ways than I thought. Not just as father and son. It is our eyes. Meanwhile, he striked you, Obita said, as Izumo placed his hand on the Gedo statue, pouring the power of the tail beast into the statue. Izumo was smiling. Have you gone insane? If he has the power to strike you, he has the power to end you. Without your fancy technique, you will have to face your son. Raw, fist to fist, jutsu to jutsu. You've watched him grow, you watch him develop. Do you really think you can best him as you are? I'm not sure. He is quite the monster, isn't he? This isn't a joke. Izumo turned. Obito quickly silenced him. Do you see me laughing? What? Can a father not be proud of his son? Our plans are fine. I told you before. Stop doubting me. You're here by my will, because you seek a world just like me. The bullshit plan that you had placed in the world in the infinite dream. I made you realize how stupid that truly was. I gave you a better plan. I gave you life I gave you understanding. So do not doubt my ways. My son is powerful, but he's no threat to me. He's smart, but he's not on the board. So what if he touched me? It doesn't matter. In the end, I shall prevail, he said. He turned towards the Gedo statue as all of the connections running from the Gedo statue was pouring into the crystal, as there was a body lying inside of it. He rested his hand on it. Soon, just one to go, and all shall be complete, and all of my plans will come to fruition, he said, smiling to himself. But guys, be and subscribe right here. If you want to see next part, you already know what to do. Like, subscribe, comment down below, and turn on that bell notification say posted. But I'm off now. See you guys soon. Peace.